Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am Paige, this is Seeking Alexandria, and guess what today is, you guys? It's a foundation review. We're gonna work on covering up all the spots, all the everything on this face. I am so excited because we are talking about the Beauty Blender foundation. Released in 32 shades, it is $40, and it is 1 fluid ounce that you get. And we're gonna talk about the shade range, we're gonna talk about the controversy, we're gonna talk about so many things right now, and let's just really dive right in. So I picked up the shade 1.10, which is the fairest shade because I am super fair. Looking based on what's in the bottle right here, I do feel like the shade might be a little too light for me, but that's what bronzer's for. And again, 32 shades, we're gonna jump into that. I don't want you guys, I'm gonna repeat it over and over, so A, I don't forget, and B, you guys don't think I'm just trying to like skim over that, because I love watching YouTubers like skim over things that are like right in your face. It's real cute. So let's go to the description on the Beauty Blender website. It says that this is a weightless full coverage foundation coming in 32 shades with an easily blending, flawless finish, revolutionary bare skin feel. It's supposed to glide on. It never looks fake no matter how much or little you apply. That's awesome. Never chalky or lifeless. The velveteen matte finish has a multi-dimensional effect like naturally gorgeous, healthy skin. The lightweight, buildable formula addresses not just one tone, but also skin texture, so your complexion looks smooth and even. Skin looks picture perfect, IRL and on screen. So in real life and on screen for up to 24 hours. 90% of testers in a consumer study agreed that they would replace their current foundation with Bounce. That's what this is, Bounce. Wow, okay. Under how to use, there's a video which I'm not gonna watch. That's insane. Okay. I didn't know that it addressed all of those things. See, this is why I like to do all this on camera, because I'm so like excited and flabbergasted right now. So this is claiming that it's going to be not cakey, buildable, to full coverage, matte-ish finish, but not looking fake, and help minimize texture. And that I would want to replace my, like, you guys, there's so many claims right now. We are so going to dive in. The first thing, though, that I do want to talk about, I'm going to move you in, and we're going to talk about shade range. So here is my face in all of its glory. Yes, yes, yes. This is what we're going to be covering today. Now, this I did find on their website, and I feel like this really best represents the skin tone situation that there was all the controversy over. It is actually a chart, and I'm going to hold it here and hope like hell everything focuses. You can see that they kind of they broke it down into different undertones like warm, neutral, and that kind of thing, you know, on the side right here. And then in the middle, they divided it into really fair, medium, and deep skin tones, at least something to that effect. And here's my issue. I did see a press release where they talked about how the owner wanted to really cater to like the Latino community because they had so many clients that could never find that exact match. And I do completely understand that. Because I do agree that sometimes for the middle skin tones, it can be really, really difficult. It can be difficult for the super fair and the super deep skin tones as well, because I've talked about that so many times. It is so rare that I'm able to find a foundation that is light enough for me. Again, this one I think might be a little too light, but you know what? That's the whole reason I got the shade that I picked up. So in that respect, I think it's kind of sad that you would say like you blatantly catered to one skin tone. Because if you were to take out the Latino part of it, or you know, take out that middle skin tone, and you were to say like this blatantly catered to fair skin, oh my god, upheaval by everybody else. If you were to take and say, is that thunder? Anyways, if you were to take and say this foundation range caters specifically to deeper skin tones, oh my god, complete upheaval. So I feel like now it's 2018, you really should never come right out and say, I'm catering to X. You should be like, I'm catering to the human race and all of the skin tones. So you come out with 32 shades, but then I look at this little chart, and realistically, they said, everybody was yelling that they said, there's so many fair skin tones, but if you look at the chart that they came out with, like most of the foundation colors were actually on the medium and over side. So I was like, maybe their swatches are bad. Like there's so much conundrum things happening in this release as far as the shades and the colors, and then people saying, oh, Trend Mood lied, and like they took these different photos, and just all of the things like that, that I'm just like, who are we really supposed to know and believe? It makes it really difficult to trust and be behind a brand when you can't very clearly see like what their overall picture was. So you released 32 shades. Should they have been more evenly weighted? Absolutely. You should. If you release 30 shades, 10 light, 10 medium, 10 deep, and then like, you know, you filter in between the two. For me, it makes such common sense that I can't understand why it wouldn't be common sense to a company, but that's neither here nor there. I have addressed it. I talked about it. I do think that that chart helps a lot if you're trying to either find your skin tone or something to that effect. Again, I pulled that off of the Beauty Blender website. I'm sure that you'll find it elsewhere if you search images on Google or something like that. But let's go ahead. We're going to dispense some of this onto my hand and we are going to get started. Okay, so I started off with 3 pumps. That's definitely really fair. Where's my mirror? All right, got it. Now I am going to be using my Real Technique sponge today. You guys know I don't use a Beauty Blender sponge, and I wasn't about to buy a $20 sponge for the purposes of this video. No. Truth be told, I actually don't think I've ever used one because I was always like, I'm not going to spend $20. Like, I just can't understand how it would be that much better than this. I can't. This or the Morphe. I love the Morphe sponge too. I actually just ordered more. So I'm going to take this and start dabbling it on the back of my hand. Oh my God, on my face. You guys, it's been such a long morning already. But we're just going to start. Ooh. Okay, wait a second. Oh, no, it doesn't have a smell. Okay, it's my Beauty Blender that smells good. I couldn't tell. Alright, so it's not immediately full coverage. Okay, what's funny is that for my face, this looks really light, but if you match it to my neck, it's probably the perfect match. Okay, which to me, what that says is that they should have had lighter shades because I am not the fairest that there is out there, just being completely honest. Okay, it is building up really nicely. And I was going to use this with a brush, and you know, because I always try to be fair in that respect. Oh wow, look at that. It covered that little red guy up. Okay, all right. What was I going to say? Oh, my God, you guys. I was going to use a brush, but it's made for a sponge, so I'm just going to go with the sponge. It doesn't say you can't use a brush, but, like, I prefer a sponge, and it's, like, the Beauty Blender foundation. So I'm just going to go sponge. I don't care. Now, this is all 3 pumps layered up on one side. There is nothing left on the back of my hand. I think it looks pretty good. The coverage is actually really nice for this fair of a foundation. Always remember that the fairer your foundation is, the more difficult of a time you will have covering redness, because this is a very, very white, light color, and it's trying to cover red, which is really difficult. So if you're wearing a red bra and you put on a white t-shirt, it's going to be difficult, no matter how thick and good the material is of the white t-shirt, to cover the red bra, because it's a red bra, and those pigments and that color is really standoutish. That's exactly what you have on your face when you have a lot of like super red acne, and then you're putting a really light foundation over. So something to keep in mind. Also, I did prime my face. I didn't tell you that, you guys. I'm having such a weird day. On this half of the face, I went in with my Tatcha Silk Canvas. On the other half of my face over here, I did the Peter Thomas Roth Skin to Die For. I use both of these a lot. I know how they perform. And then I did set all of them with my Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water because I'm addicted and I love it. Now, let's finish up this face. I'm going to grab 3 more pumps on the back of my hand, and we're going to keep building coverage and see where we go. This is a lot thicker consistency than I thought it would be. Like, I don't know why I thought it'd be thinner, but it just seems very, very thick. And what I'm noticing is that if you have light redness or like, you know, just an overall light red to your skin tone, this will do a really nice job of covering that up first. The only reason that I'm really having to go over twice is for the really red areas like down here, or acne scarring, acne, active acne, anything like that. But as far as it covering up like basic redness, it's actually doing a really nice job, which is good. And if you're new to my channel, I have oily skin, and that is acne prone. So that is kind of what we're looking today, seeing how well it lasts on oily skin, how well is it going to work with like acne and breaking up over acne, that kind of stuff. So I did 3 pumps on both sides. It's actually very uniform coverage to both, which I don't normally have. That's really nice. It does go down, and I mean, it's drying down pretty nicely. It's definitely, I would have to set this because I'm oily, and I think you'd probably want to set it even if you were not oily, just because it is giving off still a little bit of color, so transfer and all that kind of stuff. Now I have to figure out a concealer. Oh my god. So here's what I think I want to do. I'm going to try my Born This Way concealer that I have been obsessed with, even though I'm pretty sure it's going to be way too dark. But I am going to take, and I'm going to go over that a little bit with my white ColourPop concealer and mix the two together. I love that ColourPop came out with a white concealer. It literally is a miracle worker for me. Anytime something isn't light enough, I can use this and it works so well. I love their concealer anyways, but ugh, the fact that they have a white concealer, like, girl, you just won the game for me. Okay, so we are looking good and ghostly, and I am going to set all of my concealered areas with the Maybelline Fit Me powder. I use this, and actually, you know what, for today I'm just going to put this all over the face. You guys know a lot of times I'll go in with my Coty Airspun, but I'm too lazy to get up and get the new jar, and I don't want to. So I will use this to set my entire face. So yeah, I'll do that, and hold on just a second. Girl, you gotta pat out those damn creases, because we ain't ready for the crease war of 2018. So I have everything on and set down. So far it's looking pretty much just like every other foundation. It doesn't appear to be emphasizing anything. For me, a lot of times, you guys know this, or if you're new here, I have to have everything on and set my face before I can really look at a foundation. So I'm going to run real quick, do the last couple of things on my face, and I will stop back on, and we'll see how we're looking in a hot minute. But so far it's looking okay. It doesn't look amazing, but we shall see. The process isn't over yet, you guys. The beading process is never over. Okay guys, went ahead, finished up the face. I'm actually not wearing fake lashes today. It makes me feel so crazy. And by the way, I did just do an updo today. I don't know if you can see it or not, but I just went with a cute little updo in the back. I don't know, I love it, and I love these cute little barrette moments. I love them. So anyways, let's talk about this foundation. Here's my thing. I think it looks beautiful on camera. I think it looks really nice, like from me to this mirror away, which is about 18 inches. But when I get up close, it still does look like every other foundation, if I'm being honest. It looks kind of textury, like over here. I did try a different highlight today, so I am going to give it time to, you know, really meld and sink into the skin and see if that can be better. So far, I don't hate it. I'm not obsessed with it. Like, it does look very nice on the skin, and what I love is that it actually looks very natural, which really shocked me, because, you know, whenever they say like, oh, it's gonna look natural, I'm like, bitch, nothing's gonna look natural. I'm caking it all over my face. But reality, it actually looks really good. I mean, you guys can kind of tell me. I don't think that it looks so fake. I don't think that I look natural, because in natural skin you have like natural tones peeking through. And at the end of the day, I'm a little bit cautious of the oily situation, because I feel like I can already feel like my face just wanting to be oily right now. So I'm definitely excited and curious to see how this is gonna wear. I feel so crazy not having fake lashes on. Is that so weird? Like, I wore them for so many days in a row that now I'm just like, do I even have eyelashes? Like, did I even put mascara on? Which my regular lashes aren't that bad, but anyways, so you guys, I'm gonna run. I will check in with you guys at the end of the day. We're gonna see how everything wore. And as far, oh, by the way, what's on my lips right now? This is the Kim K Nude number 5, and I went over top of that with a little bit of Wet Cherry Gloss from Lime Crime. This is the clear one. I am testing these out. I bought like 6 different shades of this to test out for you guys and see if I like them. And right now the jury is still out, but I do think that the gloss is really pretty. I have the Norvina palette on my eyes. You guys will be seeing a full video of that at the end of the week. What else? I think, oh, these are just a couple other like new-ish products I'm testing out, but this is the Be a Light palette from Becca Cosmetics. It has a couple of these little blurring powders, and then a bronzer type shade and a blush shade right here. So I'm testing this out, and the CoverGirl True Blend Super Stunner palette. I'm testing out a lot of stuff, and I think I'm going to put together a video for you guys in like a couple weeks of just stuff that I tested out behind the scenes that you guys don't know about. Like that you guys, you know, I just didn't try on camera, but that you would still still want to know. And as a side note, this Becca palette right here, as well as a couple of other things that I have been, you know, working with lately, I got them actually, here, oh, it's right here. I got them from a company called Influenster, and a lot of you already know this, but down linked in my description box, this isn't sponsored, obviously, but there's a link for Influenster, which is like a referral program. On my end, I refer you guys, you click and sign up, and you go to this website, and you leave reviews, which for me, I do all the time anyways, hence my YouTube channel. And you basically go on, you review every type of product, food, I mean, there's like, I've seen workout gear, makeup, skincare, just everything. You go to this place, they review it, and a lot of you have already heard of this, and then they send you free product. Now, I could do a whole video on Influencer and like what I think and all of that. That's neither here nor there. But anyways, I finally did get a box right here. It's the Flaunt It box, I think is what it was called. I don't know. They come up with all these stupid little names. But in that box, I had the Be a Light palette from Becca. I have this Saturday Skin Waterfall cream that I'm testing out. It's like a nighttime cream. I got a deodorant, the Healthy deodorant, which I'm actually trying today. And I got a Laura Mercier eyeshadow crayon stick thing. So these are all different things that I'm just testing out, seeing what I think. And then I just go back to the site and report back. So if you're curious and you're always like, hey Paige, you know, where'd you blah, blah, blah. This is actually one of those instances where I really did get one of the items on my face from Influencer. So you can use the link down there, go sign up, and then I think I get credit for you coming to the, I don't know how it works, I'm not gonna lie. I've never looked. I've always just linked it, but I've never like, I'm not the type of person that pushes shit, so I don't know. But anyways, oh my god, that was a tangent. I will check in at the end of the guys and what? Anyways, I will check in at the end of the day with you guys, and I will see how everything is wearing on the face. Oh, hi, just me again. Had to stop in real quick, tell you guys, so this has been on my face for about 4 hours, and I actually made a point of coming in here, turning back on all the lights and the setup because it's looking really good. Again, we're only halfway through the day. I'm trying to reach my mirror, but it looks really good. I mean, for the most part, it looks really nice and smooth. The foundation is definitely like settling into my skin. It's mixing really nice with oils. I am having some oil on the nose. I will have to blot here before too long, which is like a piece of toilet paper. But overall, I'm not having any breakage yet. My biggest complaint so far at the 4-hour mark is the fact that it's settling in to the lines on the sides of my mouth, like really, really bad. That's really irritating. It's been doing that literally all morning, and so I'm not, like, typically when a foundation does that on me, there's no way to fix it. And it's doing it equally as bad on both primer sides, so I don't love that, but other than that, it is looking really, really nice right now. Yeah, I think it's looking pretty good. I think part of the reason it looks so powdery over here is just because of the highlight that I used today. I think I'm testing out that new CoverGirl highlight. I think maybe that looks a little bit more powdery than usual, but for the most part, everything is really settling in nicely. I actually came in to grab, I forgot my little lipstick combo this morning, and normally I have that in my pocket, and I forgot it. So I had to come in and grab it, and I thought I do a little check-in. We're having some nose settling on the sides. The nose itself is looking a little cakey, but I'm hoping that once I blot here in literally about 15 to 20 minutes, I have it timed out. But after that happens, I'm hoping that that'll help with that cakey effect. So I just wanted to stop on, give you guys a little bit of an update. And I don't know, I think it looks pretty good. I'm going to save the super, super close-up until the very end, but it looks really nice and soft focus on camera, I think. And when I took my thumbnail video, when I took my thumbnail pictures this morning after I was done applying it, I was actually really impressed with the way that it photographs. It has a very nice, like, soft focus effect, even in, like, the camera lighting, which is really, really nice. So, because some foundations, you can try them on and they can look really great, but then they don't look good at the end of the day, or they photograph really harshly. So it was really nice to have one that is so far kind of doing the best of both worlds. I will check in soon. See, that's my phone going off because I've been missing for far too long. All right, I'll check in soon. You guys, it has been the longest day of my life. Okay, so let's get to this foundation test. you know what I mean? You guys, I'm so exhausted. I've had like the longest day of running around like a chicken with my head cut off that I've ever experienced. Like, words can't even, you know what I mean? I'm just having one of those days. Ugh. So let's talk about foundation instead of like life and the shitty curveballs it throws. Okay, so this foundation has been on my face for about 11 hours. I just did the math before I walked in here. And here's my thing. It didn't wear the best. It wasn't like the most beautiful foundation. Right around that 4-hour check-in that you guys last saw, like after that, it really started to go downhill. Now, with that being said, it's been on my face for 11 hours and it doesn't look horrible. The pros of this foundation are it really does have a nice smoothing effect to the skin. It does do a lot for texture and like that sort of thing. The coverage isn't awful. I do think that I mean, if it were me, this is a little light for me personally, not because it's not my color, because honestly it is my color, but mainly just because I'm so used to going a little bit darker that I would want probably the next shade up, just so that way I would be able to get that nice contrast and that little bit, you know, little darker skin tone that I prefer for myself. Like, let's face it, I don't like looking like a ghost, you guys. It's not like my favorite thing in the world. But you know, with that being said, the coverage wasn't bad. I wasn't impressed that it took 6 pumps. I mean, I guess that's not technically horrible, but you know, it's neither here nor there. But what I really like shocked me about this foundation, I forgot to turn the AC off. Sorry guys. I just heard it go off and all of a sudden I'm way louder than I was a minute ago. You know that feeling when like there's a really loud car next to you, so you're like yelling and then that car shuts off and you're still yelling, except now you feel like an idiot. I just had that moment. Sorry in advance for that. Some of you can't even hear the AC, which just baffles me, but I love you for saying that. It makes me feel good inside. But anyways, back to foundation. I told you it's been one of those days. So I guess my biggest like shocker for this foundation was how not oil controlling it was on my nose. Everywhere else, I mean, yes, I got oily throughout the day, but the nose, I mean, it was oily within like 3 to 4 hours, which is so crazy for me because I honestly expected it to be a little bit more wearable than that. Like I've blotted 100 times today and I'm going to have to blot again. Like my nose is so oily right now. So if you are super, super oily skinned, and I'm not talking like, oh, I'm oily skinned and people that get like, oh, just like a of oil. I mean like actually oil, grease monkey, slick me back, like tie me down, oily. That just went very far, very quick. But you guys get what I'm saying, right? Like oily. I don't know that you are going to love that aspect of this foundation. However, there are a lot of other beautiful things to it. Like, do I give it an A? No. I would give this foundation like a solid B+ though. Like it did really nice for my first go around. If I were to do anything, you guys know I always tell you what I would fix, why I would fix it. For me, again, because the color is just a tiny bit off, I would probably add in a little bit of like my Catrice drops, because they're going to make it go a little bit farther. One of my favorite things to do with foundations that are more expensive, again, this one's 40 bucks. It's definitely not cheap. I like to mix in something that has a lot of coverage that's a lot cheaper to make it go a little bit farther. So I would probably mix in some of my Catrice drops, which are going to help with the color side and give me a little bit more coverage, so I won't have to use as much of it. That would help, you know, that would help me quite a lot. And the Catrice is also really good for like oil control. Other than that though, I really feel like this would be a great contender for the, what is that? That Cover FX blotting drop, which I don't know where the hell that went, but I went to wear it the other day. I can't find it anywhere. So to the gremlin that stole it, will you please freaking return it? But I would probably add that, you know, just for that nice like oil at bay moment, because I would love it if my face wasn't quite so oily. But all of that aside, that's how I would probably fix this if I had to kind of guess. Oh, and side note, I thought of something else. This would probably be a really nice foundation if you wanted to put down like one layer of it, and then if you set your face with the what is that? The MAC Fix Plus. I don't have it right in front of me. The MAC Studio Powder that people love to set their face with. I've actually been working on that step a little bit myself in the last couple of weeks, just kind of playing around with it off of camera. And this would be a good foundation for that because this does have a very nice, like smooth, calm base to it. And if you wanted to not layer up again, like for me, again, 3 pumps on both sides, that was like 2 layers on both sides. And if you were to go in instead with that powder, that would provide you even more coverage. So you'd only need 1 layer of the foundation. So there's a couple of different ways I'm going to go with this and kind of play around with it. My first impression is that it's actually not that bad. And it did start to look a lot nicer throughout the day. I don't notice that one side is like a lot better than the other, but if I had to pick a winner, I would actually say the Skin to Die For side looks so much like smoother in this area. Then like you'll see it up close. This side with the Tatcha Silk Canvas, it looks a little bit more porous right here, but overall the rest of the face is pretty even. So let's go ahead and do our close-up. You guys know it's about to get uncomfortable. So again, this side is the Tatcha Silk Canvas right here. And then look, compare that to the Pores No More side. I feel like it definitely is a lot smoother over here. You can see just how, oh my God, apparently I have like black shit all under my eyeball. Don't pay attention to that, you guys. Don't pay attention. Pretend like you never saw it. But my nose is definitely quite oily. Like, oh my God, oily. Oh God, yuck. So yeah, definitely not the most oil controlling in the nosal region. The chin isn't so bad. It's definitely a little broke. Around the underside of my nose is quite broken up right in here, which isn't uncommon for me. I did have an issue, like I said in the last clip, with it settling into these lines really bad. That's really annoying. And my forehead's actually not that awful. I was really impressed because the Hulk didn't even eat that much. This is the Hulk line, and he didn't have that bunch of a snack. So overall, the only real like breakage apart that I had was like right in here, a little bit around the mouth area down here, and yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Didn't mean to interrupt. So you guys, that's it for this video. I really hope that it was helpful and useful to you guys. I hope that you were so excited about this foundation because I was excited. And I really hope, as always, that I address everything. Some people think that I like talk too much or that I'm so wordy. And you know what I'm finding is that more than not, so many of you love that I'm like that. You love that I give the most thorough and in-depth review of everything that I possibly can. And I've always been so self-conscious of that like fact about myself because I know that I delve in. I tell you everything. I actually take notes like on my phone of things that I don't want to forget. That's how intense I get with my reviews. And what I find is that at first I was like, oh, they're not going to like it. My reviews are longer. But you guys appreciate it because it's your money and I'm trying to like, you know, give you all the information. So thank you guys for always being so like boisterous, letting me know, however you want to say it, down in the comments. Whenever I start to feel down or shitty about myself or my videos or whatever, you guys are always in the comments like, Paige, we love you. We love that you do this. This is like your best trait, blah, blah, blah. And I thank you so much for that because it really does let me know that you guys like it. Also, give it a thumbs up. That helps too. And yeah, check out my Instagram and my Twitter. The links are down in the description. Those are the main reasons, my God. Those are the main ways that I post and communicate with you guys, so you can always find me over there. I do upload on this channel 5 days a week. Monday is always like a personal, either a vlog or a cooking video or something fun like that. And then the other 4 days, you guys get straight makeup, reviews, first impressions, lists, favorites, whatever it is. But yeah, definitely subscribe if that sounds like something you would love. If you love my personality, which I mean, how could you not? It's so fabulous. And if you love that, definitely subscribe. And yeah, that's it, you guys. Have a great day, night, weekend, whatever it is when you're watching this. And I'll see you in the next one. I tested the Beauty Blender Bounce Foundation, and it was kind of pretty. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Oh, today, oh my God, a bug. Did you guys see that bug just fly by? Fuck me, it scared the shit out of me. Well, aren't you just a little bag of wieners, aren't you there, sir? And I wanted to, fuck.